Alright fellas, so we have special costume Lyra and Phanpy dropping tomorrow as of the time of uploading this, which is actually, damn, wow. I've got a lot of videos that I'm doing today, damn. Yeah, I just got done, well, I have recorded and edited the Zinnia special costume summons earlier, and I just got done recording the Zinnia Should You Summon, or not Summon, Should You Summon, the Zinnia Showcase. And now I have to do the video over Lyra, and I still have to do like 2 other videos or some random number. Actually, I have quite a... Damn, I've got like 3. Fuck, and if I get Glory and Thwacky, that's 4. God, okay, whatever. We're not gonna stress about that, it's fine, whatever. Lyra special costume and Phanpy, should you summon for them? My current opinion is no. You should not summon for these guys. These guys are solid, they've got a lot going for them, they're really, really good, but there's a lot of things to consider, and we'll go over them in a bit. So, looking at their stats, they're a ground-type support sync pair, weak to water, you know, whatever, right? Phanpy and Lyra. Cool outfit, being Team Rocket, Phanpy, whatever, as a Pokemon, I guess. I like Phanpy, but, you know, not the most hype Pokemon. Defensive stats, 316 defense, 298 special defense, 772 HP, so really, really solid defenses. 256 speed, better than a lot of other faster, generally faster Pokemon, but whatever. Alright, so, passives. Rebuff, reducing hit ground, lowers the target's ground type rebuff by 1 stat rank the first time the user's attack move is successful each battle. So, lowering ground rebuff is very, very nice, right? I'm going to go into why that is honestly not really amazing in some aspects, but whatever. So we got Team Mighty Sync 9, increases the physical moves next of all allies by 1 after you're using the user's sync move, and it can only can activate once per battle. Team Beef Up 9 raises the attack of all allies sync pairs by 1 when the user is hit by an attack move. So, she's buffing attack pretty much infinitely. She's debuffing, or rebuffing enemies' ground type rebuff, of course. And she's got Mighty Sync 9 here, so the first time she syncs, she will be giving allies physical moves next, which is solid. She's got Mud Slap here as a 1-gauge spammable, which also lowers accuracy, which is nice. She's got Mini Potion All for, you know, healing all allies. Earthquake for some AoE damage, which I believe that'll activate this ability here for the rebuff for ground, which will debuff all enemies, or give all enemies the ground rebuff. Initiate Infiltration, her trainer move, which raises the attack of all allies by 1, raises the defense of all allies by 3, and applies the type resistant effect to the user. And the type resistance is the last attack that she was hit by, of course. So she's going to be taking even less damage, assuming the enemy is like monotype or like has mostly one of a certain type of move. Like Agatha, she uses mostly ghost type moves, so having that for ghost types, pretty good, right? But, you know, it can be niche in some areas, but still, it's pretty solid ability. Base kit overall, in my opinion, you shouldn't summon. I mean, the ground rebuff is nice and all, but like, let's look at ground units first here. Before I go into a lot of issues, let's look at ground units. Notice a trend for a lot of like tech and strike ground units here. There's probably some others that have ground type moves, but I'm not going to go into them, like, you know, Victor. Victor would actually benefit from her, but anyway. Naomi wants sand, right? So, you know, for her earth powers, you're going to want, not earth powers, actually, no, she wants sand in her passive, doesn't she? Yeah, Surging Sand and Sand Blaster, so she wants sand to do 50% extra damage, right? Which means you're going to be pairing her up with either, you know, Acerola, Bertha, Ingo, one of those, right? But then she's a ground type, so she wants Ground Zone. That's 3 characters, so you can't have any more than that. And Ground Zone is definitely better than Rebuff. Not that Courtney is a better unit, but Ground Zone is just straight up better in terms of, you know, what it buffs and whatnot, right? Which leaves you out of a team slot for Lyra, which, you know, you would put her in the support slot, right? No, you're not. You're putting in Ingo, because Surging Sand is a 50% damage buff, and so is Sandblaster, so she doesn't help out Naomi. Bertha, I think would she help out Bertha? No, honestly not, actually, because, well, ground rebuff, yeah, she'd help out Bertha. Bertha, she would help out for sure, yeah. Because you can still activate everything with Bertha, because she applies sand herself. Giovanni, would she help out Giovanni, really? Yeah, she helped out Giovanni. You're gonna be missing out on Surging Sand too, but that's fine. You should be fine anyway. Gotta mention that some of these characters may want buffs that Lyra's not able to provide here in her base kit. Giovanni's gonna be fine if you have critical crit, though, so there's that. Bertha, she's able to buff. Is she able to buff crit? Well, yeah, I think she's good. I think she's good on the crit. Yeah, I think she's good. Cynthia, same problem. Once Ground Zone, once Ingo. So you're not going to be using her with Cynthia. Clay, I think you probably can. Yeah, you can use her with Clay for sure, because Clay does not want sand. Maxie, I wouldn't use her with Maxie. Maxie really has gauge problems. The ground rebuff would be nice for Maxie, but you got gauge issues. You will have major gauge issues in trying to have this team run, because there's no way to buff speed so far. So Maxie's going to struggle. He's going to want a different support that's able to buff his speed, so trying to run her with Maxie, not really that great. And it's just kind of difficult to run. Kind of difficult to run Hapu here, just in general. Hide and Sync, obviously, she does help out with Mud Slap, of course, and she's able to buff stats. Locked on Sync, when its accuracy is raised, yeah, god. Buffing accuracy sucks, yeah. She can help out Hapu a bit, but, kind of iffy. So, some of the best ground strikers, she can't even help. Like, Naomi, she's not really helping. Well, she can't help, of course, but, you know, they have better partners that you want to prioritize. Maxie can't help. Naomi can't really help. Cynthia can't really help. You're helping out Bertha. You're helping out Giovanni and Clay, but you're also not helping out the other half of the ground units. And a lot of the ground units are relying on sand more and more. Like, more ground type units are releasing. They're relying on sand quite a lot of times, but you're not applying sand with Lyra here, at least not yet. Let's look at her grid here, see if she's potentially fixed by that. So, 1 out of 5 here for Lyra. Nothing. Sand, Shelter, and Unbending. 2 out of 5 here. Sterner stuff 2, that's nice for extra tanking. Free Venge, that can be nice for, I guess, Earthquakes. Shifting Sand and Sands of Time. Does she even apply? She doesn't... The fuck, man? She don't even apply sand. Why is she getting so much sand shit? It's like they know. They know they fucked up. Whatever, it's fine. Trying to move NPR, trip up 9 on Earthquake, which, debuffing speed, that can be useful for some cakewalk users and whatnot. And then 3 out of 5, the big one. Focus group 9, so she's able to buff crit, which is really solid there, really, really nice thing to have. First aid 4 for healing is nice, sync damage guard, whatever. Berserk Bunch is solid, but I probably wouldn't pick it up because of all the attack buffing you can do from your passive and the fact that you're already attack buffing a little bit in her trainer move. Master Healer and NPR on Mini Potion All, of course. Then Vigilance and Team-wise entry, so she's able to also buff Special Defense here a little bit, which is solid. And then Vigilance if you want to pick that up, but I wouldn't. Man, that's a lot of stuff. And no sand stuff, so she can't even help out those ground types that want sand. So even though her ground rebuff is definitely a very, very nice thing to have, it can help out the ground users that don't require sand. There's still those ground users that she's not going to be able to help out that would want the rebuff, because they want sand, like Naomi, she wants sand. Cynthia wants sand. You could turn Cynthia from great to godly, right? You can turn Cynthia from one tier to the next just with this ground rebuff, but you're not going to be able to apply it because then you're getting rid of everything else that you're, something else that's a lot more crucial to what she's doing, right? So definitely can be a problem there. I know Victor also benefits from her because he has high horsepower and whatnot, so he does not want Surging Sand, I believe. Yeah, he's fine with what he's got, Hunter's Instinct. Plus, she's able to help him out with Earthquake, so she does actually help out Victor's damage a little bit. His ground-type damage, of course. So, is Lyra good? Yeah, for sure. She's able to do a lot. She's able to buff attack. She's buffing crit at 3 out of 5. She's buffing physical moves next by 1 after her sing move, which is solid. Ground rebuff is, of course, very, very nice. But there's limitations on the ground-type ally she's able to help, and then taking out the rebuff, which is only helping out about half the time, I would say, probably. Let's see. Yeah. Leaving her with the rest of her base kit, you got speed debuffs, potions, some attack and defensive buffs, some solid bulk, some crit buffs. That's about it, right? Which is solid enough, right? But I can get about the same stuff from, like, I don't know, Sonya, which can do a lot of that stuff, and plus do some other stuff, right? She's able to buff attack, defense, crit, heal allies with potions. She's able to debuff a stat. She's not doing rebuff, of course, but, rebuff is only good against for like half the ground type units or ground damage dealers in the game sometimes. So yeah, kind of iffy. That's my big problem with Lyra. Also considering the fact that, like, look, there's Special Costume Steven out, who helps out a lot more units than Lyra's able to help out, in my opinion. Special Costume Shauna, debuffing support, really, really strong with those debuffs and whatnot. I probably didn't recommend something for Shauna. I actually don't remember what my verdict was on that, but Shauna is probably more valuable, in my opinion, than Lyra is, just due to those debuffs. She's able to do She got a little bit more unique stuff that can help out a lot more characters than Lyra's ground rebuff can, because take out the rebuff, you're just basically kind of like a physical support, right? That's kind of it, with some, you know, speed and accuracy debuffs, and that's kind of it. Whereas Shauna here is able to help out a little bit more diverse units in terms of, you know, debuffing and whatnot. And then there's Zinnia, which is just a cracked damage dealer, has some solid utility and whatnot. I would put Lyra at lower value than all 3 of the previous special costume sync pairs. Not that she's bad. She's definitely not bad. She's really, really strong. She's really good. She is. She's really good. But just in terms of value for summoning, at least compared to the other 3, her value is not up there, in my opinion. You can disagree. That's fine. And, of course, summon for if you really like Lyra, if you really like Phanpy. If you think that Lyra actually does have a lot of value, then, of course, summon, right? But to me, she does not have a lot of value just with what she can. Like, if you're going to go for, like, a ground-type unit that can... Or, like, a character that can help out a lot of ground types, those that buff sand, like Ingo, definitely help out a lot of ground types. Those, like Courtney, of course, with Ground Zone, helps out a lot of ground types, though Courtney has bad speed tier, but whatever, right? Whereas Lyra's is Rebuff, which for most sand users, they have multipliers that are that heavier rely on sand than Rebuff can provide, and also Ground Zone is a 50% buff itself, so that also takes a lot of value out of the 1 rebuff here. If it was like 2 rebuff, which is basically the same thing as Zone, then it would be kind of a different story. But she's only able to rebuff ground once on each enemy, so not really a lot of help there, right? But yeah, I digress. Overall, should you summon for Lyra? Probably not. Unless she's like your favorite character or Phanpy's like your favorite Pokemon or something, then sure, go for him, of course. But in terms of sheer value compared to everything else that's releasing in the month, I would say not. I would say Lyra's not as valuable. Steven's more valuable. Shauna's more valuable. Zinnia's more valuable. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to end it there, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. If you're going to summon for Lyra, awesome. Have fun. But for now, I'll see you later.